Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, visit my page to see all of my videos on travel tips. Today, I will give you the ultimate travel guide and everything you need to know about visiting Bangladesh. I hope this video is helpful for those of you watching that plan on visiting. Let's get into it. So, according to World Bank data, Bangladesh is the world's least touristy country with only 125,000 annual visitors. I was super lucky to be able to visit, and it was definitely one of my favorite trips that I've ever been on, but it was also the hardest to research for. I'm going to be talking about where I stayed, what I did, and what to be prepared for. When I first got to the country, my family was driven from Dhaka to Coxs Bazar on a tuk-tuk, which is basically what they use as taxis there. We all traveled with just one backpack, and it truly saved our trip because we were constantly on the move and it was super helpful to have everything in one bag. If you're going to visit, make sure to check out my video on high fashion travel with one small backpack. So we got to our hotel in Cox's Bazar on the beach, and it was this little place called the Mermaid Resort. We immediately put down our bags and changed into our bathing suits, and we went parasailing and jet skiing on one of the longest beaches in the whole world. We stayed for a couple days in Cox's Bazar, and I got the once-in-a-lifetime chance to visit a Rohingya refugee camp. It was a very long drive from our resort on a little tuk-tuk, but it was so worth it. I visited Camp 23, and I made a short film about the lack of education that they had there, which I'll link in the description below. So our next adventure was one of my favorite parts of the trip, otter fishing. Otter fishing is a technique where people train otters to catch fish in rivers. It's been practiced ever since the 6th century around the world, and now the only place you can do it in the entire world is southern Bangladesh, so it was definitely on the top of our list of things to do. We planned to take a flight to Khulna from Dhaka, which is the capital city of Bangladesh where the airport is. But the flight ended up getting canceled, and we needed a way to get to Khulna by the morning so we could go otter fishing. Our only two options were to either take a car or take a bus. This was one of those moments we were really grateful to only have one backpack for each of us, because had we had checked everything and then missed our flight, we would have been without all of our things. We ended up agreeing to take a car, and we waited in the airport for about 2 to 3 hours before the car got there because the city of Dhaka has some of the worst traffic in the world. We ended up spending 13 hours in the car, and we even had to stop in the morning because it got too foggy for the driver to even see. My little brother had a little bit of car sickness on the way there, so we were super happy to have some extra plastic bags. We finally got to Khulna by morning, and it was so amazing to see the otter fishing firsthand. It was something I'll never forget. Our next activity was to spend time on a houseboat in the Sundarbans. This was an experience for my family like never before. The 5 of us slept on small beds and were completely off the grid for several days. We had a small hose for cold showers, and we kept ourselves plenty busy by playing cards. We happened to be on the boat during Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, so our captain and our bodyguard surprised us with cake and a little tree to celebrate. It was really cute. We mostly ate meat, rice, and vegetables on the boat, and the activities we did were super cool along the Sundarbans, which is where Royal Bengal tigers live. We went trekking for tigers along the beaches, and we ended up seeing paw prints, which was awesome. We had bodyguards that carried weapons in case we were ever attacked, but the tigers rarely ever come out during the day. We learned that the tigers could swim super fast and jump up to 8 feet out of the water, which I thought was super cool. We also walked around Dhaka and other places, and my absolute favorite thing about the entire trip was goats and sweaters. It was the cutest thing I've ever seen, and it was so normal for them to put sweaters on goats and have them just walk around. So unforgettable. People seemed to think it was interesting to see my blue-eyed, blonde-haired family when I was there because they get so little visitors every year, so I had plenty of people touching my hair and my face, but I would go back in a heartbeat. The trip was overall fantastic, and I would definitely go again if I could. It was such an offbeat experience and something that I'll always remember. So if you ever get the chance to visit Bangladesh, I couldn't recommend it enough. I hope you found this video helpful and interesting, and if you have any questions at all, feel free to leave a comment down below, or you can reach out to me on my website or Instagram. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and you can visit intercontinentalclara.com for more travel tips and tricks. Until next time!